Sometimes we are on site at events and we have attendees that are really upset about something, and it's helpful to be able to kind of reframe your perspective around why that person is so upset. And you have these three questions that I found really helpful that you can keep in mind to help you rethink the situation and understand where that person is coming from a little bit better. So I was wondering if you could talk through those three questions that you can keep in mind and ask yourself, and how they're helpful in those situations. So
Absolutely.
the first one that you can ask yourself is, what if this is the best that person can do?
Right. So as event professionals, you know all of the pieces, right? And probably the person that's angry is looking at this little tiny piece over here. And it is the biggest issue for them. And to you, it's this big. It's like, why are you complaining to me about the app? I'm like, really? Right?
Right.
But for them, right then in that moment, that is the biggest issue. Maybe it's because they feel just completely insecure with technology and they feel like this is a judgment on them. Or who knows? Who knows what's going on for them that this app issue is such a big deal. But if you can back out and say, what if this is the best they can do right now? What if this is actually the most important thing at the moment to them? It allows you to sort of take a couple steps back and think about, okay, maybe this person isn't just annoying or losing their mind. Maybe this is really important to them, and really look at it at a different perspective that allows you to take you out of it.
Great. That's a great segue into our next question. It is, what if there is something I don't understand about the situation?
Right. So we all come from all different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. And just because my perspective does not allow me to imagine what you're experiencing, because I haven't lived your life, it doesn't mean that isn't a valid experience. And particularly when you're blending all kinds of people together that come with different political affiliations and backgrounds and ethnicity, everything, it's easy for those to sort of bump up against each other. But if you can step back and think, okay, well, maybe there's something about this I don't understand. That reaction seems out of the ordinary, but maybe there's something about that I don't understand. Again, it's a reason to step back and kind of look for the perspective.
Great. And the last one is, what if it isn't about me?
Which is the hardest one, because it always feels personal, right?
Right.
You're coming, like maybe you're the one that actually chose the app and you've set it up, and like this has been your baby for 6 months, and now this person is complaining about it. But in all likelihood, that person did not wake up in the morning and say, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to ruin Megan's day today. They probably didn't. They probably didn't. They're wandering around just bumping into things in the world just like we all do. And very rarely is that problem about us personally. It may feel personal, but it very rarely is. So if we can step back, and sometimes, especially when it feels like you're being personally attacked, it is really hard to take those steps back. But I swear, I've had some very difficult interpersonal business relationships where I have asked myself these three questions every time I pick up the phone, after I hang up the phone, after I have a meeting, like just trying to reframe that interaction in a way that allows me to be stepping back, giving some credit to the other person's perspective, and trying very hard to have some empathy for the experience they're having. It does end up with better results.